You are joining Making a Difference with Melissa Clark, a new show that shares the compelling stories and voices of well-known and everyday people who change the world in big and small ways. Enjoy our guests, call in, or just listen to be inspired. For this show was made with you in mind. Please join us every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our special guests. And you can listen to our recast at www.melissaclarkshow.com.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Melissa Clark. This is Making a Difference. We have a special show where we're dedicating a whole hour to rescued animals. And this is Evan.
Hi.
Pronounce your last name for us.
Bisnauth.
Aw, he's so sweet. Tell us why we have you here today. You're a special little boy, just for being yourself, but you do other special things. So tell us, why are you here?
I volunteer at an animal care center, and I read to dogs to help them get adopted.
That's so amazing. And you've been all over the place. You actually just went viral everywhere, right? We're so proud of you. We're so happy to have you here as our guest.
Thank you.
And this is my dog, Jimmy Hendrix. He is not a rescue because I was not educated on animal rescue. He's actually going to be 11 in June. So we're so excited to have him on. But now that I'm going to give him over to Evan's mama, Amanda, who you're going to meet later. Thank you. So we're so excited for this episode. It's all about bringing awareness to sheltered animals. And we have Tatum on. Tatum is...
Hi.
Tatum, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
We're so excited to have you on.
Tatum, do you want to say anything?
This is Tatum.
Anything else? You're dressed up with your tie.
Yeah.
He's so cute. We have a question from him from Evan. What do you want to ask, Evan? And actually, Tatum is a rescue. And he was rescued how long ago, Nicole?
We rescued him in 2016.
Oh wow! And he's like an internet sensation. How many followers does he have on Instagram?
Instagram, I'd say close to 70,000.
Wow.
And he's on TikTok too, and we're reaching almost close to 1 million followers.
Oh my God, he's huge! You're gonna get that way too.
Actually, I'm only 50 pounds.
Tatum.
What's your
Yes,
question
you are
to
50
Tatum?
pounds.
He's 50 pounds. What's your question to Tatum?
So, what was your first night in your new home like?
I cuddled with my mom and my dad. I didn't know where I was, but I didn't care. They fed me food.
So cute.
Yes, he took to us very quickly at the handoff with his foster mom. He just jumped right into the car. We brought him home, and he just curled up with us on the couch, and it was just like he was heaven sent.
He's so cute. How old is he?
He will be 6, April 17th.
I thought you said I was 42.
And you guys get a lot of traction. Everybody is very positive with your with the father, Charles. Actually, Charles can join us now if he'd like.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Let's
Sorry.
get taken.
Yeah, you guys have been troopers with us, so thank you. Hey, Charles.
Hello.
Amanda,
Sit back.
see what you can ask him. Hi, thank you so much. That's Michael, the next one. Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you, Nicole, for your patience with us here.
Of course.
So we want to know how you and Nicole connected with Tatum from the very beginning.
She loves to tell this story because
yes, I think I need to tell this story.
it's the classic story of I didn't want a dog and she wanted a dog, so we got a dog.
Did you have any dogs prior to this? Sorry.
We've each had dogs before we were married, but not together.
Okay. Yeah, it did. Okay.
Yeah, and then what we did was she fell in love with this photo on Pixel Fun's website,
Mhm.
and she begged me for him for like 2 months. I was like, nah, I don't want a dog. I don't want a dog. Sometime when we get rid of the condo into a house, but I had all these reasons, and then we went and picked him up.
He's so sweet.
Yeah,
What
it was love at first sight when I saw his picture.
And what is he? He's a mix?
Yeah, his paperwork says lab mix. We actually don't know. But every trainer and vet said he's probably mostly, if not all, Staffordshire Terrier.
Now, he became famous because he jumped. Did you ever see that? He was the dog that jumped, right, for excitement when you would walk him?
Yeah, when he gets excited, he jumps up and down like a kangaroo, like straight up. And we have one neighbor named Greg who always, whenever he leaves his house, he keeps treats on him. And Tatum knows now that when we see Greg, he'll get a treat. So,
he's so sweet.
So he gets excited.
And what kind of life have you provided to Tatum? I know that he was in bad shape when you first got him.
He was in bad shape when the Pixel Fund got him. The only thing that was wrong with him when we got him was he was fat. So he was super overweight because, they overcompensated him from being starved. So the life we give him just is anything that he wants, really. I mean, he's our only child, so it's really all about him. I mean, he's got a bed and everything. We're in his bedroom right now. I mean, this is his bedroom. He hangs out here when we go to work, and he watches out the window for us to come home. He's got a bed in every room. He cuddles with us. He's got his own food, his treats, P.O. Box, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. I mean, really.
Fans around the world who love him.
He's so good. And it's the voice. Is it the voice that made him so special, besides his jumping and just
I think so. I think the jumping got people attracted to the page, and then the voice kept them there.
And how did you come up with this voice, Charles?
One day it was really like, what would he sound like if he said hi to us? And so I said hi to him one time in his voice, and then I built on it a little bit from there. And then Nicole's sister always wanted, personalized videos from Tatum, and we'd send them over Snapchat. And then finally people convinced us to make an Instagram. That's
so crazy. Evan, do you have any questions?
I actually have one more question, and it is, what was his life before?
So he's from Georgia. We think he was part of possibly a fighting ring. We're not really sure. So he has a broken tail. He has chunks taken out of his ears. He's got scars on his face. The vet said that he should have been dead when he was rescued because he was about 10 pounds, skin and bones. We think maybe he was either a bait dog or they wanted him to fight, but he wouldn't. We're not really sure. But he's very timid. He's just chill and loves to eat and relax.
Yeah. Do you believe that sheltered dogs have a bad reputation?
There's a link for you.
I think so. They come from diverse backgrounds, and any dog in a shelter is going to be possibly aggressive, possibly scared, and react negatively. So
yeah, I guess. Yeah. And you go to sheltered animals, right? You go and he reads to sheltered animals, and he actually became viral like you guys as well. So you guys have a lot in common.
We love that.
I love that, Evan.
Thank you.
So proud of him.
I have a question for you, Evan.
Okay.
I'm curious to know, do you get super attached to the dogs you read to? Or you must have favorites, right?
Yeah.
You do?
There's that few of those dogs that really connect and bond with me. I really like those dogs. But all the dogs are good.
Yeah.
He's so cute, I can't. It's so nice when he's 10 years old. So when he has, what makes you want to do this for the animals? What do you feel inside?
It's like, they don't deserve to be in a shelter. They deserve to be in loving homes with families to treat them very well.
I agree.
Couldn't
have said it better.
Yeah, that's really nice. Do you guys plan on adopting any more animals, or is Tatum, he's a handful right now, huh?
He's not what you would call dog friendly. So we're very hesitant to do that. He's very dominant, and he gets super excited, which makes other dogs seem nervous. And then, with a broken tail, dogs can't read his body language, so we're hesitant to do that because it doesn't usually work out well when he interacts with other dogs.
He's so sweet. We don't want to take up any more of your time because I know that we have, and I want to thank you so much, Charles, for the voice that you give to this animal, for giving a voice, and Nicole for being such a good mom, and God bless you both. And thank you so much for
you as
everything
well.
that you do. Yeah, please.
It's our pleasure, and thank you for bringing awareness to this subject.
you.
And thank you, Evan, for all you do, buddy.
Evan, I'm going to, yes, thank you. We need more Evans in the world.
Yes. Yes,
Keep
we
on
do.
being you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're changing the world.
Thank you very much, and I'm glad what you do to give your dog a voice.
Thank
I
you.
can't take this anymore. He's so cute. He's got a great mother. His mother is my friend I've known for a little while now, and she just, when you have great people and great parents, I think that it comes from the home. She's crying. She's so cute.
Yeah, Evan has touched my heart.
Yeah. So you guys, you keep in touch, okay?
All right,
yes. All right.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Charles, for everything. Bye, Tatum. We love you, Tatum.
Bye. Where'd you go? He's down here on the floor.
He's so cute. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Okay, we're gonna head over to Michael. Michael is at Zani's Furry Friends. Can he hear us?
Michael, can you hear?
Okay, I can't hear him though. So can he call? He's got to call on the 800 number.
Okay, you have to call in the 800.
The 888 number I gave.
888. Okay. All right.
Right. So we're going to. Isn't that wonderful? That was so much fun. What do you think of Tatum?
He is one. He's cute.
He's cute, right? You like his ears?
Yes.
What's your favorite kind of dog? Or are they all your favorite?
They are all special to me, but the one that sticks out is the pit bull because I grew up with pit bulls my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I am a pit bull.
You have, okay, but you have a pit bull at home as well.
Yes.
And he is his name is Milo, right? And he's kind of a rescue, right? Mom was saying before that someone found this animal and she had a puppy, she was pregnant,
Yes.
right? Okay. So he is kind of a rescue, right? Because he wouldn't have had a home. And you guys provided a home. How old is he?
He is 6.
6 years old. Oh, he's so cute. What color is he?
He is brown and white. It's like his pattern is almost like a tuxedo.
A tuxedo?
Yes.
He's brown and white? Is he the color of Tatum?
Yes, close to that brown.
He's so cute. He's so cute. Okay, so where is Michael? Is he calling Don? I don't know if
He's dialing in.
he's dialing in now. Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay. All right, we're getting there. So, what company do you work with? It's AOCC, is that right?
No, it's the ACCM Care Center.
ACCN. Okay, and how many times do you go to the shelter each week?
Um,
I know that you went today.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
We try to go every weekend, like Saturday
Mm-hmm.
or Sunday. And
Yeah. So that's what. So instead of playing with your friends on the weekend, you decide to go over to the shelters. How long do you stay there?
we spend at least like an hour and a half or something like that.
Wow. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Right now we're trying to get over to Michael is here. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Whenever we're going to get Michael on the phone. So this is from the Zani's Furry Friends. They're an adoption center and they're actually in the middle of an adoption. And Michael?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you.
You're my wonderful volunteers, by the way.
Hi, volunteers. Thank you so much. Look, they're volunteers. This is Evan.
Hi.
He's a volunteer as well.
Yeah, we all know what you do. We love what you do.
Thank you.
So this is Roxy. She's from Puerto Rico. She's about 6 months old. And this is Soul from Puerto Rico, about a year, 2 year old.
Aww.
We've been here for about 2.5 hours, so I think she, yeah. So.
And you had an adoption all day today, is that right, Michael?
Yes, we've been here since noon. We have done 3 adoptions. They were prearranged, but they all came. They all drove over an hour to get come and meet the dogs, and they fell in love with the dogs, and the dogs fell in love with them, and now they have forever homes.
That's so amazing. And tell us what's so special about your adoption center. I know that you take in a lot of damaged animals and you try to, fix them and get them better so they can go home with other people. What are the conditions that they come in when you find them?
Yeah, we love taking in like handicapped dogs. We do a lot of blind, deaf, tripods, bipeds, dogs with one eye, dogs with asses thrown on them, dogs who've just been thrown in door pits out in the Middle East.
Wow.
We have taken. They're all lovely dogs. I see like these two were found on the streets in Puerto Rico. Like most Puerto Rican dogs, they're the sweetest dogs you can ever meet. And you see how they love people, and I just got these two about 3 days ago, and you see how well behaved they are.
So you find, how do you get these animals from different states or countries rather? Like, do you get them from all over the world?
Yeah, well, we started out, we have done over 5,000 animals now. We've been around for about 15 years. We got 5,000 animals adopted, over 5,000, about 2,100 dogs, 2,700 cats, a couple hundred bunnies, and 3 horses.
Wow.
So we take dogs from, we used to only take from the New York City kill shelters and the Newark shelters. We've been staying local at that time. What happened is the shelters started getting a lot of funding, and they were doing a lot of adopting themselves. So we couldn't get dogs, believe it or not. And then a friend of mine, her name was Julie from Animal Lighthouse. She told me about the rescue dog from Puerto Rico, and we took a couple of dogs from her, and they were like the nicest dogs. We were like, all right, we'll take them. And then we started working with groups in Egypt, in Qatar, in Saudi Arabia, Russia, Azerbaijan, all over the world, Kuwait. You name the country, we probably got a dog from there.
Wow, that's amazing.
And it's a lot of work, but it's the people over there that are really amazing. The people who are working in Puerto Rico and working in all the overseas places who are putting their life on the line, really. The women in Egypt are considered like second-class citizens, and they're saving these dogs, and they have the police shooting at them while they're trying to save the dogs. So it's we live in this type of world. Sadly, that we still have a world like this, but somehow, some way, they get the dogs, they get them to the airport, we get them here, and we'll find forever homes for them.
So are you adopting are you finding any animals from China right now? Like, what's going on with that?
We were actually supposed to take some dogs from China. We put a hold on it until the whole virus hopefully go away. But we're just not comfortable taking out. I don't even know we're allowed to take them anymore. Hopefully the government is going to probably shut it down. It's up to them. But right now we decided no, we're not going to take the dogs from China.
Wow.
We're getting 3 dogs this week from, we're getting 3, I think, Saturday from India, and 1 next Monday from Azerbaijan that were barely beaten. So we're taking an abuse.
Oh my God. Now, what is it? What is the requirement as far as, these animals who are mentally upset from what happened to them? How do you help them?
Well, the idea that's why we have our own shelter. They come to me. I get to know them. My old way, about before my dog passed away, my dog was a head dog. So
tell us about your dog. Tell us about your animal, Michael. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so my dog, that's how I got involved with this rescue group, was a woman who started the rescue group called Gisela Masrini. She started Zani Furry Friend in 2001. In 2008, I didn't know her. She called me up and went, "You need to get up to Harlem to the animal shelter and get this dog named Knuckles." I went, all right. I was working, but I went up there, took the dog, and somehow she became my dog, and she became a godsend because she started going to the shelter with us, and she'll pick out the dogs. And she was the alpha. She was the mama. So she'll let us know how the dogs, 15. She'll let us know, Ursa will pick out a 150-pound mastiff and then walk away from like a 5-pound chihuahua. And then when the handicapped dogs came in our shelter, they all gravitated to her. She would she would protect them. She'll make sure the other dogs didn't play too rough with them. She was like the mama.
Mhm. Wow.
And she passed away. She passed away last May. We have her for 12 years.
So sorry to hear that.
I'll show you guys. Yeah, I'll show you guys a picture of her.
Please. Thank you.
We put her on the van.
Oh yes. This is the this is Pet. Is that Pet Lifestyle? Oh, okay, so that's sponsored by Pet Lifestyle magazine, and that's the magazine I actually write for.
Yeah, that's how we hooked up with you guys.
That's so nice. So this, that's Ursula.
And then this is like the cat that was like Ursula. This is Tiger Lily, and what she did is the same thing as Ursula. She used to greet all the new cats. And she passed away last year. And then this is one of the other dogs named Zani. She was adopted. We rescued her in 2012.
Wow, that's so amazing. And how many times did you do adoption?
What was that? Hold on, let me bring you inside. I'm sorry. I lost you for a sec.
That's okay. How many times do you do this adoption? Is this at a Petco?
No, it's called Tractor Supply. It's based in New Jersey. Hold on, I'll get you the name of it.
Sure.
You see, where's the name?
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply store. Yeah, so they have a bunch of stores out here in Jersey and PA and Ohio, I guess. They're really nice. They let us come in when it's cold out, like today. We can go inside, set our table up, set our donations up. You see, like customers come in and they meet the dogs. And so they've really been nice. But we do adoptions all over. We go to on the Upper East Side. When it's in the springtime, we'll be up at Cautious Park on 86 and East End Avenue, either Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather. We do about 125 adoption events a year.
Okay.
So we do about in the wintertime, we'll probably do 2, 3. In the summer, we do about 3 or 4. Out here, where I am in Central Jersey, we do a lot of wineries. So on a Friday night, we'll take the dog to the winery and put the Adopt Me vest on, and you see what happens. And,
that's so nice. Look at this guy. Did he adopt her?
No, he's at Meta.
Oh.
That
would be us, right? We'd be like that.
Yeah. This is what we have to wait for. Now we'll see if he likes him, and he'll fill out an application, and we'll see how it goes.
What is the adoption fee nowadays?
The adoption fee for like the New York City dogs are $400, and for the foreign dogs are $500, and that does help us cover the cost. That don't even cover the cost. Some of these dogs cost like $800-900 to fly.
Wow.
Plus, we do have a shelter. Nobody get paid. I haven't got paid. I've been doing this full time 10 years, never taken a penny. But we have our own little shelter where the dog stays. But we have to pay taxes. We have to pay, for the heat and everything else. Nobody gives you anything for free. We have to pay for the van. We have to pay for everything. Just everything. So, hold on, I just lost you.
Oh, that's okay. I still see you. Yeah, that's sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And
this is so wonderful,
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. So you are with Zani's Furry Friends, and where are you located?
All right. Well, we're basically based out of New York City. That's where we started from. But our shelter in a town called Chesterfield, New Jersey. And then we have fosters all over the tri-state areas that would take cats and dogs from us and horses. I think we have one horse up right now for adoption, and I think he up in Connecticut.
Oh, really? There's a horse up for adoption?
Yes. They're everything on our website, too. So you can go on the website and you see all the dogs and the cats and the bunnies and whatever else that we can save.
What's the website there, Michael? Give us the website, please.
Called Zani'sFurryFriends.org.
Okay, and you're on Instagram and Facebook as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And that's the website right there.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put everything up on my website, all of your information. And I want to thank you so much for everything that you do for the magazine and for all these animals. And thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for helping us. And what we always tell people every day, when your head hits the pillow, you should always ask yourself, do you make the world a better place?
That's
And that's what
right.
you're doing today for helping us. So every day, if the answer is no, you should go out the next day and just do anything. Pick up a piece of garbage. Just do anything to make our world. So we all live in one house,
That's
one
right.
one home.
That's right. Thank you. That's so nice. And
All
Evan's
right.
making a difference in this world. So we're
Yeah,
so
right,
proud of
Evan.
him.
You're doing an amazing job. And Evan, you tell your friends that it's your world, Evan. It's your house. That's the way you have to think about it. It's don't let the older people dictate to you. If you see them doing something not right, you let them know.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, so much for your positivity. You're the best.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Say bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks. So we're going to come back to me here. So yeah, Pet Lifestyle Magazine, we actually sponsor Zani's Furry Friends. And if we can go ahead and just put the picture up of the cover, we actually have Georgina Bloomberg on for the March issue. And we did articles on Sir Patrick Stewart. We did on Rachel Smith. We did a whole bunch of articles on these amazing people, John Hunter Nemechek, who's with NASCAR, and Rachel Grant, who was one of the old Bond girls, and her husband was actually on Shark Tank. And we have something special for you later. So I have, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but we have Larry Ramano on the phone. Do we have Larry with us?
Hi.
Hi, Larry. Larry Ramano is a long-time actor, very talented. He was on King of Queens. You ever see King of Queens? No, he was on King of Queens. He played Richie. He worked with Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, amongst many others. Very talented, very nice, kind person, and he loves animals. He's a crazy animal person. So we want to talk to him about that. And Larry, how are you today? How are you feeling?
Doing okay. I'm real happy. I found some toys here, some dog toys at this place over here where I'm at.
Oh, wow.
And I'm always very fearful of what toys my dogs play with because they put it in their mouth and, where were these toys made? Are there dyes in the toy? Toxins in the toy? Because, your dog has it in their mouth. And fortunately, I found some toys that are made of hemp. And are actually said on the label, safe for dogs' teeth. So I'm really happy this morning that I got these toys. Yep, because the last thing we want to do is unknowingly poison our dogs while we're playing with them.
That's right.
So, Yep. So I recommend anybody that's out there, you got a dog, be careful of what kind of toys you put in their mouth. We're very much aware of animal products that come from China, and you have to be very cautious of that as well. But also, too, please out there, all you people with animals, be cautious of what kind of toys your dogs are playing with, your animals are putting in their mouth, and that's just something I want to share with the rest of the world today, because I know there's a lot of people out there that love their animals, and we don't want to unknowingly hurt them. That's right. That's a very good point. Where would you recommend them getting like organic toys? Is that right? Just things that are made in the U.S. Would you say, or? I was looking for like hemp rope because hemp is pretty natural, and I found this place at a farm supply house out here in the Midwest, eco-friendly dog toy. I'm holding it in my hand right now, and it's made by Scott SCOTT Pet. So just anybody that's interested, I guess Google that, Scott Pet, and that's the hemp toy that I got. And let me see what I got here as far as the tennis balls that are safe for the dog's teeth. They are made by Hyper Pet, HYPER Pet, and my boy right now, he's looking at his new toys, and you got to wait till we open them up, fella. Got him a nice hamburger from a hamburger place in the neighborhood, and he's real excited about that. And here we are. And he's a German Shepherd. What's his name again, Larry? I named him after Tim Tebow, the quarterback who would pray after, kneel down and thank God for every touchdown. And he's now a minor league baseball player for the New York Mets. So I named him after Tim Tebow. because I have this thing about when people are under extreme ridicule for what they believe in, or I tend to get behind them very strongly,
Right.
And I like to view it as that,
And Tebow had a brother that just recently passed away, right? We're so sorry to hear about
Very sad
that.
situation. I lost my Rexy.
Very sorry.
Rexy had showed up on my front doorstep back in 2012. I found the original owners, and they didn't want him, and that was a prize for us. Unfortunately, we lost him, and it hurts. It hurts every day. Obviously, it hurts every day. But and there are people out there. You lose your pet. You got to prepare yourself for it, because in the natural order of things, your pet is going to go before you, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But
right.
And when you do lose your pet, and it's heartbreaking and it hurts, and I'll never get another pet again. Please don't think that way, because you're cheating yourself.
Right.
Because you need to grip what life is about. It's a natural order of things. These animals are a part of our lives for a period of time, and you have to accept the things you cannot change. Go out and get another loving creature.
And
Go out and get yourself another dog.
We have Evan sitting with us, and Evan is a little boy. He's 10 years old, and he goes around and reads to the animals in the shelter. Do you want to tell Larry more about that and how you enjoy doing that? Because he's very passionate about animals.
Sure. Every weekend or so, I go to the Animal Care Center of New York City, and I bring a book or two to read to the animals and to calm them down, because they're scared in this new environment and they don't really know what's going on. So I like to comfort them and help them get adopted.
So
wow, Evan, that's very impressive, to hear that you're 10 years old and you're already there. You must have wonderful parents or wonderful uncles and aunts and grandparents who have raised you, and very glad to hear that you read at such a high level. That's very important. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. You and I have had conversations about the news that's been going on with Michael Vick. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you feel and what you've done, to show how angry you are about, what's going on with this animal cruelty and networks supporting this?
I mean, other than boycotting my cable TV station, which carries ESPN, who seems to think that it's okay to put content on the air, that even this man should not be on television at all. He should not have a forum whatsoever. So the first salvo is to say adios, ESPN. It's not an easy thing, because I love professional sports. I love sports, but I don't see them having any integrity in their programming, because how could you have any integrity if this is something that you want to put on the air? If you want to make a case for this person, then that makes you even more evil than he is. If you want to say it's part of his upbringing or it's part of his culture, well, then I could tell you that part of our culture as Americans is that we despise people who injure animals. So if you tell me that dog fighting is a part of your culture, I'm going to tell you have no place in America, let alone on ESPN. And I hope that what's his name, Michael, the young boy right there?
Evan is his name.
Evan, I'm sorry, Evan. And you know what, Evan, it's your generation, and fellas like yourself that know the true value, the true love, and know how to care for an animal. That it's up to you guys to shut off ESPN. It's up to your generation to turn off NFL football and the like. We live in a society right now where ESPN, well, they're okay with the New England Patriots cheating to win Super Bowls. They're okay with the Houston Astros cheating to win World Series, and they're okay with doing programming about animal killers. So it's time for us to put our foot down, our generation, your generation, Evan, and just say adios to your cable TV. You got YouTube. Go on YouTube. Say bye-bye, cable, until ESPN could get in line with what our American culture is regarding the love of animals and our professional sports. Then bye-bye, ESPN.
I love your passion, Larry.
Same.
Yep.
See, even Evan, who's 10 years old.
Yep. Well,
that's awesome.
Evan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry. What do you have anything new coming up? I know that you have a little bit of a sciatica problem. You're not feeling well lately.
Yeah, I have a movie that I wrote and directed. It's really been being received very well. It's based on a play that I wrote and had directed. I do not act in the movie at all because I just wanted to focus on being a writer and director. And we are not making the movie readily available to anybody, really, even private audiences at this point in time. It's a piece of art. It captures a time in New York City in 1986. It's based on a play that I wrote.
It's called Saturday in the Park.
Yes, and it's about two lifelong buddies set in New York City, the Bronx, 1986. It's a guitar player and a drummer at the crossroads of their lives, and they decide their future on a Saturday night in the Bronx park they grew up in. And
the Bronx. Evan's from the Bronx. Sorry,
Evan.
Evan's from the Bronx. Sorry, Larry.
Everybody rocks like they rock in the Bronx, Evan.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah. Well, the movie's just a little bit, might be a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's for Evan.
You're not really ready for that. Yeah, I don't think your parents would appreciate you watching this movie, but it's two young fellas over there, and I was fortunate enough to play both roles on stage in different productions, one off Broadway in New York City and then one in Los Angeles. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the equation, Melissa, you know, and it's all well and good. And
thank you, Larry.
Focus on, thank you for having me. And
you're the best.
My passion is moving forward, Evan, is to raise money for spay and neuter campaigns. That's what it is, because we could hold adoption events forever, but if people, puppy mills and backyard breeders continue to breed dogs, guess what? We're not going to be able to find a home for every dog. So on that note, it's very important to comfort the animals that are already here on Earth with us, and most importantly, it's important to rein in these folks who are using these animals to make money. I came up with this saying one morning where, I was thinking about it, and everybody's entitled to make a living. You're just not entitled to make your living off of another living creature. And that goes for all backyard breeders, all these people who breed these animals and look for profit. And that's the way it goes. Everybody is entitled to make a living. You're just not entitled to make that living off the lives of another living creature. And as long as we remember that, we should all be friends.
That's right. I like that very much. Thank you so much, Larry. You're the best. And we'll talk to you soon. I hope that you feel better.
Yes, and Evan, hope to meet you someday. Maybe we could do something, put some work together, and make a difference, a positive difference in the world. Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Thank
you.
On,
buddy.
Thank you, Larry.
See you, Melissa.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Wow, that was nice, huh? What do you think of him?
He's nice.
He's nice, isn't he? He's passionate about animals, so that makes him very special, right?
And that saying was really good.
You like it? I liked it too. And we had such an amazing show. I want to bring on Amanda. This is Evan's mother, and she deserves a round of applause. Do you want to give Mommy one of these so she can hear? And we can get Mom on. Let's try to give her a full screen. Can we get a full screen here? Let's see. It's some way. There we go. You good? Can you hear? Yeah. Yeah? Can we see Mom? There you go. So how do you feel about your son doing this? How How does it make you feel?
I think it's really nice to see him being passionate about something. It's very rare that people, even our age, get to do something we're passionate about. You know that. So I think it's really nice to see someone his age, so young, like just doing something that he loves to do, and he says it constantly. So to me, that kind of like lights my heart up a little bit.
How do you feel, like you and your husband, how do you feel, you know, of him? I just asked that question. He's so great. You love what you do?
I love my job.
Yeah, it's a job.
Yeah, he always says that. That's like his number one saying. He's walking out the shelter. He's like, I love you all.
They must love him over there.
They do.
And he's been on the news. He's gone viral now. Is that right?
Yeah, he's been on the news. He's gone viral. He's been on several BuzzFeed blogs, scary mommy blogs, like parenting things. So he's definitely trying to encourage and inspire others.
That's
and
right.
You know, social media is definitely helping him to do that.
Of course, yes, of course.
So we're very thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I believe, and I always say in my articles when I write for the papers that you know, behavior comes from the home. And you know, you gotta lead by example, which somebody actually told me once in an interview, and that always stuck with me. Thank you, Madison. So I want to present something to you. So now you have all these books, right? What do you carry them in your hands? You go like this, and you go and you carry them in your hands, and they fall. Does that ever happen?
Sometimes, actually.
Does it happen?
Fall with Zani.
Well, I want to give you our friends at Biaggi Luggage. I don't know if you ever heard of them. So this is a foldable. This is for you, and this is a foldable luggage. And actually, Don, if we can put up the article on Rachel Grant and her husband Stephen Hirsch that I did in Pet Lifestyle magazine. They were nice enough to give us this. So this is, you could put your books in there when you go over to the
She
shelters.
also loves to hike, by the way. So
this is perfect.
This is multi-use.
Yeah, and it'll be good for you you could store it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it? Thank you so much. It's such a great show. And this is Preferred Health Magazine. Actually, I interviewed Fran Drescher, and Fran Drescher lost her little Pomeranian Samson. So we want to say that we love you, and she's a brilliant woman and very kind. So thank you so much, and we're so sorry to hear about Samson. And stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you so much for joining us, and please go to Spotify and subscribe.